All right. So let's just grab our power circle. And your foam roller can kind of be nearby. We'll do like a little combo warm up here.
Okay.
Okay, do you have your foam roller as well? Because we might just, yeah, your foam roller, sorry. Like, did I do the right thing? Yes, the foam roller. We'll just put that on our feet.
Okay.
We're kind of do a little combination. So, arms will go up. And feet are on roller. And we're just going to go ahead and take a nice deep inhale as the arms go back. And then we'll exhale, arms come up. Again, inhale, arms come back. And exhale, arms come up. Again, inhale, arms come back. And exhale, arms come up. One more time. Inhale, arms come back. And exhale, arms come up. Then from here, we'll inhale. As we lift the hips, arms will come back. And then you're just going to rock your feet back and forth a couple times. So hips are lifted, feet are on roller, arms are back, massaging the feet. Then we'll roll it down, arms will start to return. So let's try that again. So my feet on my roller, my hips will lift, my arms will go back, I'll hold that. I'm gonna just back and forth with my feet like a little massage happening there. Then I'm gonna roll down and I'm gonna bring the arms up. Let's go ahead and do that again. Inhale and rock back and forth. And roll it down and arms come back. Then from there, we're gonna go ahead and just curl up just to tap our legs there. And we'll lower down and then we'll bring arms back again. Yep, and arms come back up. And then it's just curl, take it back, arms back, arms come up. Again, curl, take it back, arms back, arms up. Again, curl, take it back, arms back, arms up. Two more. Curl, take it back, arms back, arms lift. One more time. Curl, take it back, arms back, and arms come forward. We have the power circle between our knees. And we're just gonna go ahead, we can just keep our feet on there on our foam rollers. We'll just squeeze, 2, 1, and release. Again, squeeze, 2, 1, and release. Again, squeeze, 2, 1, and release. One more time. Now hands will go behind the head, interlaced, yeah? And then we'll squeeze as we crunch, and then we'll just pulse 4, 3, 2, 1, then slow to release. So as you release the legs, you release the head. And then we'll curl up again as we squeeze, and then we'll pulse 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll release and we'll slow to the mat. Again, curl up, squeeze, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. And slow to the mat. 2 more times, curl up, and 4, 3, 2, and 1, and slow to the mat. Last time, up, and 4, 3, 2, and 1, and slow to the mat. Okay, now we'll scooch that circle down to the ankles, and you can just, your foam roller can just kind of be there, but you don't have to do anything with it. And then we're just gonna inhale, extend, and exhale, return. And for these, you don't have to go at any particular angle, but just go where you feel like you can keep your abdominals still connected into the ground. Out and in. Again, out release the power circle. Now we're just going to do a couple of releases foam roller wise that will kind of intermix with some exercises. So we'll start with the neck, and we're just going to go ahead and massage that. And actually, let's put our power circle back in between the inner thighs. So we'll do a little inner thigh work while we're doing releases. So you can basically just be engaging the inner thighs while you're doing the neck, and just little circles. And we're just gonna release some neck tension. You can roll to the other side. You kind of can do these however you feel. If you want to stay on one side or go to the next, I'll kind of leave it a little open-ended today in terms of just where you need some release. Other side. And other side. Or wherever you need to go. You could, like I said, you can stay wherever. Okay, we can come up from there. We're just gonna go into a little upper back. So kind of just goes in the upper back area. Hands will go behind, and we'll just roll in the upper back. I know, getting into it is a little funny, but
I can tell
yes.
you're more used to this.
And you can take the circle out. You can take the circle out, then that'll help this feel not so awkward. Yeah. And then you're just there. And I mean, even if you want to kind of keep your seat on the ground, you can, but lifting it obviously just allows you to roll a little better. Okay. Now, we haven't done this one in a really long time, so we're going to do our IT band, that really tight one that does not always feel the best in a foam roller, but we'll just find it laying on the side of the leg there, and then you can just roll down the leg a little, and we're just going to hang here for not very long, maybe about 30 seconds. And go to your quads. How did that feel for you? Is that okay?
Yeah, that hurts though.
I know, it hurts. I know.
It needs work, I can
that
tell.
one doesn't always feel the best. Some of them feel really nice, like I just love the way they feel, and then some are like, oh my gosh. So now quad release. Each spot can be a little different depending on here. Okay, now we'll switch to the other side, other leg, IT band, side of the leg, whichever one you were on the first time. Then we're going to kind of come to seated. And we're just going to do a little roll of our glute. So you can just do like a little figure 4. So you're just going to kind of be on one glute, just rolling back and forth. So I'm a little bit leaned onto one side. And then we'll switch to the other side. Other side. Okay, we're just going to do hamstrings and calves, and then that'll be it for release today. So hamstrings, you can just have one foot down, one hamstring on, and just rolling that back and forth. Yeah. You can do both on this, but I just kind of tend to like one. And then let's switch. So would you be hosting the Thanksgiving though at your house? Is that kind of your plan? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh yeah, because your husband does the cooking, I remember.
He does the cooking.
Yes. Nice. And would your son be joining and everything? Because he...
Yeah.
Okay. That's very fun.
Yes, that's very nice.
And what was his daughter's name? Stella? Is that right?
Stella.
Yeah.
They decided to do every other Thanksgiving, so she will be with her mom this year.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So,
okay. Yeah.
It
that
got
makes
too
sense.
hard to do both on one day.
I
all the time,
know.
so.
It's hard. You can go to the calves.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
That's
for
the
sure.
hard part of divorce is you have to split.
I know.
You have to figure
It
this
is
out.
hard. It's figuring out all those dynamics.
Yeah, it is. But it'll be okay.
But they'll figure it, I know.
Yeah, they're working on it.
Yep.
Ooh, that feels really good, Jovia. Woo!
Yeah, if you haven't done the calf one, it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
And you similarly, I mean, you could do single again, but maybe on that one you like having both on there. It might feel a little heavier and feel a little bit more pressure, but you could do anything. And even on this, if you kind of like roll your foot out a little bit, you kind of get the side, and you can kind of get the center. You could turn it in a little bit and get the little internal rotation, so that you can make it feel kind of nice. Especially if you feel like your calves are tight, it can feel kind of good on there. Okay, now that we're a little more released, let's get into some actual exercises. So we'll still keep our rollers nearby. We'll do again just combo of roller and power circle. So we'll go ahead and start with the 100 with the power circle in, and then we'll go ahead and just curl it up, and we're just going to start pumping up and down with an inhale. 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and an exhale. 2, 3, 4, 10. Pump. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 20. Pump. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 30. Pump. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 40. Pump. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 50. Pump. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 60. Pump. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 70. Pump. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. 80. Pump. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. 90. Pump. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. 100. Good job. You can go ahead and extend your legs out. You can still keep your circle. Let's go ahead and see how your roll-ups are looking today. So you can go ahead and roll up. Yes, grab your towel. And then as you make it to the top there, round reach forward. Good. And roll your way down. It's okay. Good. Yeah, just do your best to try to anchor there. You could even try flexing your feet. Are you flexing them right now? I can't tell.
A little bit, but not as much.
Okay.
So,
You could try
that helped to do it more.
Because it's kind of that same sensation of the strap where you have to pull back. So that can be something that you can try.
Yeah.
Let's see if that gives you a little extra assistance. And I know it can be kind of hit or miss depending upon.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do one more. Lower that down.
That was my best one.
Yes.
Best one.
And yeah, maybe that flexed foot is nice for you.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that helped.
Yeah, I feel like that looked a bit better, which is great. Okay, let's take our leg up from here. Let's go ahead and circle around and up and cross around and up. Cross, cross. Let's reverse. Out, 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 and out. Let's bring it down. And let's go to the other side and take that up and down. Okay, let's take the leg up and let's cross, 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 cross and reverse, out, 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 and out. Okay. Good. How are those feeling?
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Let's move on to your rolling like a balls. And you can grab wherever. I'm going to grab behind because now that I'm in pregnant mode here. But wherever, take it back and come up. Shoulders down, round. Just try to keep that back rounded. Even when you come up, it can stay a bit rounded. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just take that couple seconds with those hips just balancing in the air as best as you can. Once more. Good. Okay, let's move on to the abdominal 5 series. So we'll go into our single leg stretch here. Yes.
Okay, let's see.
So inside hand on the knee, outside hand on the ankle.
Say it again.
So the outside, whatever hand's on the outside of the bent knee, that one just grabs the ankle. So your other hand. Yeah, there you go. Well, whichever knee you're going to have bent. So let's just say it's that one, your right knee. Then just put your hand there and then the other hand on the knee. Perfect. Then we're curled and then we just switch. Yep, so whichever one's on the outside, that one reaches down toward the ankle. Almost like it's creating a little border on the outside. Okay, then the knees come in, and then we're going to reach up and hug. Again, up and hug. 2 more, up and hug. 1 more, up and hug. Hands behind the head. Legs are going to go up. Let's go down. 2, 1, and lift. 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 Then let's Chris. Your favorite one. Cross. Chris. And cross. How are those feeling?
I think last time when we got together private, it was keep my elbows open.
Yep. And then we had you go up, I remember, higher versus twisting farther.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So maybe try a couple like that. Yeah. And then kind of when you get there and if you're like, oh, I'm not feeling it, then think of lifting higher versus twisting more.
Where are my legs, Sylvia?
So your legs would be 1 knee in, 1 leg out. Let me just come down here. Yeah, there. So you're on the right arm and the leg. So again, you might, yeah, it was like you might be twisting a little too much there. It's like I'd almost untwist a little. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you feel like you're feeling that then more?
Yep.
Okay.
That was it. Yeah, it's come up a little more. That's what we need to do. It's just
come up a little more. Then you looked a lot better. And I can tell, once you kind of fix it, you sort of like, go back a little and you adjust it, then it's like, okay, you're in a good mode there. So that was good. Okay, good. So you made through your F5. Let's grab our power circles. We're going to go into our spine stretch forward. And we're going to go here. We're going to inhale, exhale, round reach. And then we're just going to stack 2 and 1. Again. Inhale, exhale, round reach, and stack 2, 1. Again, inhale, exhale, round reach, and stack 2, 1. One more time. Inhale, exhale, round reach, stack 2, 1. Now let's just try to bring the arms up, and what we'll do is we'll just hover forward, same thing, but then we're just going to stack up tall. So we're just really going to think postural strengthening here. Forward, stacking up tall. Again, forward, stacking up tall. Again, forward, stacking up tall. Does that feel good? Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, just like a lot of upper back work here.
Yep.
Okay, you can turn forward with your power circle. While we're there, kind of in the upper back mode, we're just going to do some shave the heads with our power circle. So we're just going to pull it apart, and we're just going to try to draw it together. Again, pull it apart, draw it together. Again, pull it apart, draw it together. Again, pull it apart, draw it together. Once more, pull it apart, draw it together. Are you feeling that in your upper back?
Yep.
Okay, now let's squeeze 2, 1, and release. Squeeze 2, 1, and release. Squeeze 2, 1. Squeeze. Let's pulse it here. Pulse, 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 and pulse again. Pulse, 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 and pulse last time. Pulse, 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 and pulse. Let's bring it here in front of our chest. And let's just press 2, 1, and release. Press 2, 1, and release. Again, press 2, 1, and release. And press 2, 1. And then let's just pulse here. We're just going to maintain a nice pulse, just some chest work. Sitting nice and tall and just drawing that in. Pulse, pulse, pulse. I did get my little alert about us running out of time since we started a little bit after, but if it cuts us off, we can always sign on again as well. I think I'm just going to check where we're at right now. We've been recording. Well, we've already been recording for 24 minutes and 30 seconds. So we're actually almost there anyway.
Yeah,
but depending on what time it is, I'll text you if we have like a couple minutes left.
All right. Sounds good.
I just didn't want you to be like, oh, where'd you go? I will text you.
I get it.
Okay, now let's come to the side. But then I was realizing that we were actually kind of getting there ourselves. Okay, let's go ahead and just press 2, 1, and release. Again, press 2, 1, and release. Again, press 2, 1, and release. And press 2, 1. Let's pulse it here. And pulse. And pulse. And pulse. And pulse again. Pulse. And pulse, pulse, and pulse, and pulse, and pulse. Okay, let's try that on the other side. And just press 2, 1, and release. So even on these, if you can kind of try to access that back lat area on that side, that's kind of what you want to think about there. Do you feel like you're feeling that? Like you're not, okay. I was like, it's not like something you're going to feel a lot, but you kind of think about recruiting that zone when you're doing this little side.
Yeah, I can tell.
Push.
But
Okay.
I don't do that all the time.
Okay, perfect.
So I can
No,
tell
that's
I'm doing
good.
it. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that's all I was gonna say. Because otherwise sometimes it's like if you know where you're supposed to recruit, then it helps you to think about it a little bit more. Obviously.
Right.
Okay, now let's just pulse from here. Pulse, pulse, and pulse, and pulse again. Pulse, and pulse, and pulse, and pulse. Last time. Pulse, and pulse, and pulse, and pulse. Okay, now we get to go to the back where we feel like nothing is happening, but we're going to just go ahead and do it anyway. So we're just going to press 2, 1, and release. So really feeling that area right between the shoulder blades. 1, and release. Press 2, 1, and release. Press 2, 1. Let's add some pulses here. Pulse, 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 pulse again. Pulse, 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 pulse. Last time. Pulse, 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 and pulse.
That's work.
It is work. I know. It's such a small one, but yet it's like, now I really feel my back muscles. I don't know if you do. So that's good if you do. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to just come up onto our knees. We're going to go into a little thigh stretch. So we'll hold it, and we'll just take it back, 2, 1, and come back up. Again, back, 2, 1, and come back up. Again, back, 2, 1, and come back up. 2 more, back, 2, 1, and come back up. 1 more, back, 2, 1, and come back up. And then we're just going to squeeze the circle and just circle around. Again, squeeze to lift to a high diagonal, circle around. Again, squeeze to lift, high diagonal, circle around, and squeeze to lift to the high diagonal. And one thing too for you, you can try to make, so the top of your foot, try to have that be flat versus like on your toes. Yes. So that is good for you, because I remember we were addressing that with something else as well, and just making sure that we could keep that flat. So, and
it wants to do this. The one foot wants to come in. Yep.
And so that's something you think about, because a lot of people want it feels almost more secure in a sense, but for some of these, it is nice to just stretch the front of the ankle a little bit. And sometimes we definitely do this, because if you think about putting them against the shoulder blocks, things like that. But it's definitely good to do that as well, just to feel like you can go on that spot. Because if the foot is like tight, I mean, it can feel hard to do that as well.
Yep, got it.
So that's something you can think about as well. Okay, you can go ahead and come back in.
Woo!
And we made it. So good job.
Good.